I know you've seen him recite rapidly on those Federal Express commercials, and his last audio cassette, 10 Classics in 10 Minutes, became a national bestseller. John Machida has slowed down just long enough to join us live on 5 and fill us in on his latest project. Welcome, Professor, in this case. Good to have you here.
It's my pleasure to be here as always.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
It's starting already.
Oh, no, not already, not already. Now, you haven't always talked this way.
No, actually, I really didn't start till I was 12. So the first 11 years, 364 days, I was fine. And then something snapped in my brain.
What happened? Why? We say you were locked in a bedroom. Is that true?
It is true. I wanted to get some money donated to cerebral palsy, and they said they would donate $2,000 to cerebral palsy for anyone that broke Guinness record. So first I wanted to ride the roller coaster at Coney Island. So I called Coney Island, and they said, hey, kid, take a hike at 12 years old. We are not going to let you strap yourself into the cyclone for 2 weeks straight. So I went home and I started flipping through the book and decided I wasn't going to eat a car or swallow a lead pipe. So the next best thing was to lock myself in a room and teach myself how to do the fast talking, which is what I did. I also grew up in a family with 5 sisters, so to get a word in edgewise. Self-defense.
Is that it? But why did you do it? You just did it for fun?
Yeah, to get the money donated to charity. Roller coasters are actually something I love the most in life, and I was hoping that Coney Island would let me ride the roller coaster for 2.5 weeks straight, and they wouldn't. So I was bound and determined I was going to get money donated to cerebral palsy. Every winter when they have the telethon, I would go out and go door to door and knock on doors and collect and freeze my buns off for $4.22. And I thought, well, here's a chance to get $2,000 donated, and that's a lot of freezing your buns off in the winter to get that much money. So I was determined to teach myself how to do something in the Guinness Book.
How do you teach yourself how to do that?
Well, the record at that time was set with the to be or not to be soliloquy, so I just practiced it over and over and over again and did it into a tape recorder, and then I'd bring my sisters in the room and kind of, tie them to the bed and make them listen to me and say, now what did I say? What did I say? What did I say? And if they could repeat it.
So that's important. You have to be able to distinguish what it is you're saying. Your clarity is good. It's just that by the time you're processing one thought, you're on to the 18th. It's that kind of thing. I listened, I must tell you, to this 10-Minute University, the audio cassette, your newest one. Makes you laugh. It does.
Well, good, because that's the purpose.
That's the whole point of the whole thing.
I'm glad you got that. Last year when I was out here going around for 10 classics in 10 minutes, I was in some city, we were taking phone calls, and someone called up and said, oh, it's horrible what you're doing to these books and reducing them to 1 minute, and I said, it's a joke.
It's a joke.
It's a joke.
If you have to tell someone it's a joke.
I mean, yeah, no, it's pretty bad.
Then it's pretty bad. All right, do a little sample for us.
Sample.
This is one course. This is course what?
This will be the theory of evolution. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Evolution 101?
Well, actually, it's Bio 101.
Okay.
But we call it evolution.
Okay.
Oh, why don't I time myself?
How long will this take you? 1 minute?
Okay, we'll see. I might be a little fast today. I feel kind of fast today. You ready? Everywhere you look these days, there are birds, bees, bacteria, beagles. It wasn't always that way. Once there was only slop, primordial slop. Some self-replicating molecules started replicating, and that's life. From a bunch of DNA in the goo, you get brain surgeons and BMWs in just a few billion years. How? Natural selection. Survival of the fittest. Who are the fittest? The ones who survive. Interest-specific competition determines success within a species. Take puffballs. Say puffier puffballs mean tougher puffballs. The puffballs with the right stuff pass their tough stuff onto their offspring because puffiness is a heritable trait. The fecund fungus's offspring get puffier and puffier while its scrawny fellow fungus bites the dust. But that's life. Heritable traits that work. The ones that don't. That's why fish have flippers, not feet. Fish with feet died. So how does one species become another? They mutate. Take primates. Natural selection selected some simians who stood up straighter. That's us. Better posture meant more dates, more sex, more reproduction, and soon we had a gene pool of our own. Very exclusive. No more fraternizing with Uncle Monkey, but that's life. Once you've got your own species, sexual selection takes over. Some traits are sexier to the opposite sex. Take fruit flies. Some have red eyes, some have white eyes. Girl fruit flies flip for guys with red eyes, furthering the demise of guys with white eyes. Natural selection sure is fun when you're the survivor. One day everything's great, you're surviving and sexually selected. The next thing you know, 1,000,000 years have gone by and you're dead. But hey, that's life.
How long?
57.
Pretty good.
Not bad.
Pretty good. That's life. They were giving us the wind-up, and who better but in this case to wind up. We're going to come back, though. We're going to take some calls from you. Maybe you have a question for John. 578-1000, the number. We're right back. No, you couldn't. It wasn't Welcome back. Fast talker John Machida is our guest. If you'd like to talk with him, 578-1000, the number. How did you sell this talent?
Well, actually, I was told to shut up for 15 years of my life, and then I was in the right place at the right time, and someone said, hey, I'm going to put you on That's Incredible, which they did, and that was Thanksgiving 1980, and a lot of people saw me, including the people from Federal Express. They came up with the commercial, and I've been working nonstop ever since.
So to speak.
So to speak. Almost continually nonstop, actually.
Have you ever gotten yourself out of, for example, a ticket because you could fast talk your way out of an explanation, and by the time they figured out what you were saying, they said, let this guy go?
Well, actually, I've tried a couple of times, but most the cops are not too impressed out in Los Angeles because most of them are actors also. And plus, they also study psychology. So I had one cop came up to me once and said, I could give you 4 tickets, but I'm only going to give you 1. Well, how do you argue with that? If you say, no, I really don't think you should give me the speeding ticket. Okay, that's 2 tickets you're getting now. So it's really not worth the argument.
No, it's not.
I have won a few battles with the phone company over billing, but
Where they
That's about
didn't
it.
understand what it was you said, but you must be right.
Yeah, well, okay, because you just keep putting it up and you keep asking for the supervisor and the supervisor, and you keep going until you get the queen of the building department, and then they manage to work everything out for you.
Yeah. Let's take a few calls. Are you
Okay,
ready?
sure.
Are you warm in this?
Oh, it's kind of nice.
Okay. Good afternoon. Your question.
John, how many words can you get out in a minute?
Well, actually, the record that's listed in the Guinness Book is 534 words in 58 seconds, which works out to be about 552 words a minute, although I have since broken that record twice.
With what?
With You Got Trouble from Music Man, and I do it now in 54 seconds and 51 seconds.
All right. Your question. Hello.
Okay, I'm going to be a court reporter, and I'd like to know if that would help.
Well, I don't know. Actually, the court reporters, they have that magazine that the newspaper they send out, and they voted me public enemy #1 and warned people that anyone that saw me approaching a courtroom should immediately get a case of the blue flu and get out of the courtroom because I was going to make their fingernails start smoking.
Can you imagine? Oh,
I
that
think
would
certainly
be...
listening to this either 10 Classics or 10 Minute
Wouldn't
University and try to
that
write it
be
all down would work out just
fun?
great for you.
The next time you come back, have you here and a court reporter. And
See if they could keep
and
up.
see if they could keep up with you. That would be fun. Have you ever done that before?
No, actually I haven't, although I did a practical joke on a secretary at a radio station one day, and she was a new secretary, kind of uptight, and they were all really loose, and they came in and said, give her dictation. So I started off very slow, and by the end of the letter I was going about this fast, and she was getting so frustrated, she was writing like this, and the front of the pencil point broke, and she went crazy, and she's been fine ever since.
This is the newest tape I've told you about, the 10-Minute University. Professor John Machita's 10-Minute University. There's
Complete with diploma?
diploma is in here. Yes, indeed it is. And the cassette is in here as well. Thank you so much, John. Good to have you back.
Wilma, it's always a pleasure to be here and see you. You're always so pretty and beautiful, and I can't think of a better way to spend a Thursday evening. Thank you.
Okay, bye. Let's go back to Lou.
Amazing.